or she was here. Let's see. I'm bringing up our friend, Kay Renee, is doing her burpees. So I'm going to bring that up real quick. And my cat is here meowing. She is live right now. Flower says hello. Hello, Flower. There we go. Just making sure we're supporting our people. Kay's been, she's a big inspiration out there. She's getting in 29 burpees today. Flower says, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. We might have a brief appearance from Mocha again, maybe, if she feels like. She's coming over to work out. We'll see if she wants to say hi. How are you, Flower? How's school? So, yep, I was checking out. Okay. Coming up to, it's a month-long challenge for her. So, she has 5 more days. This 30 days in April, right? Not 31. And I'm seeing what else is up. I'm just checking to make sure that our friend Noble doesn't have a live stream going. If he does, we'll pop in and say hello too. The way I see it is, just because I'm live, it shouldn't mean that I shouldn't be at the same time supporting other people as they're live. Our friend Dottie is here. Hi, Eric, and hello, Flower. Dottie, how are you? Hey, I'm sorry to see that you got a bad deal with what you bought. Did you say you bought it on eBay? And no, I don't see anyone else live right now. Let's see. Dottie says, yes, 4 years ago, Eric. And I'm just finding out about now. Shows you how far behind the times I am, Dottie. Flower says, well, on Monday, one of my friends came and we got mixed in with a level lower. And on Tuesday, I had one of my other friends come in and mixed in well. And my third friend came in yesterday and mixed in too. Well, that sounds good. Dottie says it's fine, Eric. Hey, Flower, I have a question for you. How did you learn how to speak English? Or where did you learn how to speak English? Because you speak it very well. You even know the bad English words and the slang. You know the slang better than I do. Flower says, and today the friend on Monday came and we were mixed in for the entire day. Oh, and Dottie, I enjoyed the partridges too. We don't see, I don't see partridges here. we have doves today for the first time, and I'll post a short probably tomorrow, maybe later today. Depends on if I feel like downloading it. The baby geese made their first appearance of the season at my pond, which is awesome. But at the same time, it means that I need to be careful because no one wants to mess with a mother goose when her young are nearby, when the goslings are nearby. They will, I've seen them face down traffic when they're crossing the road, and cars are approaching. Mother goose will spread her wings and go right after the car, head to head. Yeah, so I'm interested, Flower, in how you learned to speak English so well. Was it taught in school? Do your parents speak English? Did they teach you? Daddy says, thank you. It was an old video, but was going through old memory cards and found a lot of stuff. So we'll try and load it up one each day. Well, that's good because you're adding your content back in. It's good that you saved that. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I need to. When I first started out doing YouTube shorts, I was putting out 3, 4, 5 nature shorts a day, and someone told me that it's, if you put out too many, the algorithms will skip over you. I don't know if that's actually true or not. So I do 1 a day, sometimes 2 a day, but I'd really like to put those baby geese out officially, goslings. Flower says, I started learning at 3 or 4, and my mom was an English teacher, and I got most of my knowledge from YouTube. So I was able to catch up on slang and the modern things, and I got most of my speaking from YouTube. Well, it's a good thing you didn't know me back then. Otherwise, no one would understand what you were talking about. If you picked up any English from me, you would be in a lot of trouble. Donnie says, I hope you both have had a good day. And sorry I forgot to say this, but Dottie, how are you? I am having a pretty good day. Like I said, I saw the baby geese first time this year, and what else did I see? A grackle, which kind of looks like a crow, and got to sit and watch a duck for a while. I did a little video of the duck. I got a really nice clip of a woodpecker 2 days ago that I'm going to post. Flower says, sorry, I said she. She still is. So, I'm going to show off my last birthday present that I got for myself. My birthday was a week and a day ago. I got a gift card from my brother. I used it to get a couple books. There's a used book that I've wanted for years and years and years, and it is called Pointers from Nisargadatta Maharishi, and it is by his disciple, Ramesh S. Balaskar, who became a very powerful spiritual teacher in his own right. And I've been wanting this book for a long time. It's out of print, and all the copies have been really expensive. Sometimes the shipping has been as much as the book itself, so I kept putting it off. But I got the gift card, I found a low price and I finally got it. So I will be diving into it tonight. I mentioned before my practice of when I'm part of my sleep routine, sleep hygiene, um, is used to be shutting down all electronics an hour before bed. But lately, um, I'm going to bed earlier because I'm up earlier, and my evening live streams are going a bit longer. So now it's about half an hour or so from when I shut things down. So I sort of have to intensify my sleep hygiene. I get in my my breath work that I do before sleep. I've mentioned before the value of getting in breath work half an hour or so before bed. You want to emphasize the exhalation. Always do a nasal breathing, except when otherwise noted for certain purposes. Like there's breath breaths that you can do where you are inhaling through the mouth, exhaling through the nose, and it acts as a cooling effect on your body. So if you need to cool down, if you've been working out hard, if it's really hot, if you have a slight fever and you want to bring it down, you do inhalation. You can breathe in. You can curl your tongue if you can do it. Not everyone can actually curl their tongue up. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now, as I'm afraid I would look absolutely ridiculous. Um, but you would breathe in, sucking in air as much as you can through the mouth, and then you would exhale nice and steady through the nose. 10 breaths like that, and you will bring your body temperature down quite a bit. Cooler body temperature is actually also really good for sleep. So if you're having a hard time cooling down to get to bed, it's a hot day, do that particular breath, and it'll cool you down and help you go to sleep. It's not my regular practice, though. My regular practice for before bed is three things. I usually stick with one, but sometimes when I'm laying in bed, I'll do the other. I'll give you the easiest one first. The easiest one is you breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. And if you use the Ujjayi breathing, which is that ha sound, but you're doing it through your nose, even better. So you breathe in for a count of 4 through the nose. You exhale through the nose for a count of 8. So the exhalation is double the inhalation. Anytime you emphasize the exhalation, you are calming yourself down. You're entering into that parasympathetic nervous state, which is the rest and digest state. Also, the left side, the left nostril, corresponds with the parasympathetic state, the calm, rest and digest state. So if you breathe in for a count of 4, and then you close off the right nostril and exhale for a count of 8, it magnifies the effect, and it's very, very relaxing. 10 breaths like that. And Dottie says, do you watch the Irish Druid channel, Yogi? I'll find it and share it with you. I don't watch it, but I'd absolutely love it because I'm fascinated by all things Druid. I talk often of the what the Druids, the Celtics, called the thin places, which is that veil between two realities that sometimes gets so thin that you can pass through it. Always fascinated me thinking about that. And then the third method, there's actually lots, but these are the 3 that I work with. Box breathing. Breathe in for a count of 4, seal the nostrils up, hold for 4, unseal the nostrils, breathe out for a count of 4. And you breathe back in, and then you hold for another count of 4, then you breathe back in. That's why it's called box breathing. So you go in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. It works with box. And the pattern is 4, 4, 4, 4. Breathing in through the nose, sealing the nose, breathing out through the nose, sealing the nose. 10 rounds. Extremely relaxing. Lowers the heart rate, lowers the blood pressure, as well as puts you in that parasympathetic nervous state to help you rest and digest. Extremely powerful breath. So I do one of those 4 things. Usually it's the breathe in for 4, exhale through the left. 10 rounds before I go to bed. And if I'm still having trouble going to sleep, I lie in bed and I do the simple breathing in for 4, exhaling for 8. Flower says, Eric, do you know furries? Therians, dragon puppeteers, or fairy role players? I think not, but just a question. I know what the furries are. I don't know any. My stepdaughter, though, does not role playing. I'm not sure what it's called. She goes to the Otakon stuff and she dresses up for them. She's an incredible artist, by the way. So, the reason why I started talking about all the breathing stuff, part of my sleep hygiene, one of my sleep hygienes, one of my practices, which really starts off first thing when I wake up. Everything I do through the course of the day is to support a good night's sleep later. Flower says, had yoga today at school. My back hurts. I'm sorry to hear. I'm glad you had yoga. I'm sorry your back hurts. My back's been hurting since November. I actually injured it in 1990, a long time ago. But I managed it pretty well. And then a couple months ago, I did something stupid and I threw it out of whack. It hasn't been the same. I had to curtail my yoga practices quite a bit in order to keep doing it and in order to heal, as well as to be able to keep doing my burpees and other stuff, long distance walking, burpees, dips, pull-ups. Oh, I didn't see, there he is, Squirrel Sniper. Greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Squirrel Sniper, how are you? And our friend Kay is here. Hey, Yogi, I was talking about you earlier. Talking about those perfect burpees. Squirrel Sniper says, for having a once broken back, today was a great day. Glad to hear that. I remember you detailing your accident where you broke your back. Harrowing experience, I'm sure, and it sounded like it. Kay says, I appreciate you. Hey, those in the burpee community have to support those in the burpee community. Otherwise, none of us would ever want to do burpees again. It is not an easy thing to do. Squirrel Sniper says, been digging most of the morning, had a chilled afternoon. Kay says, Squirrel, I'm glad you had a great day. Me too. Flower is asking Kay how she is. Kay is doing better now that she got her burpees in. So sleep hygiene. We are an underslept society, and I could say that probably across the world, not just American society, but society as a whole, for the most part. And it's fixable. There are things that we can do One, again, cut off that, turn off the internet, turn off social media, calm the mind down. It's not just the content, it's actually the lights that are emitted. What is it? Is it the blue light that's emitted from our social media devices, um, that stimulate the eyes long after you've shut things off? So it actually contributes quite a bit to keeping you awake. Kay says, that's true. Burpees are difficult, but fun. Actually enjoying them. I'm glad you're enjoying them. And I know you mentioned, I asked you the other day if you're going to keep them after the month, and you said that they'll be part of your practice. Kay says to Flower that she's doing great. And Flower is doing great. IFNHU says, hello, everyone. Hello, my friend. How's the puppy today? Squirrel Sanford says, Flower, just to say you can drop the miss. I'm a manly 51 hairy wizard looking kind of chap. FNHU says, good, how are you? Kay says, absolutely, I'll probably do them next month as shorts. Good. Such a worthwhile exercise, especially considering if you only have a short amount of time to get in some type of workout. You can build it up however you want. You can do one burpee with 2 push-ups followed by a squat, and everything's covered. Flower says, squirrel, then I will, but I will put beautiful. That's good. Beauty is a inherent quality within us, within nature, and it is not limited to gender, that's for sure. Um, so if you're not getting the quality sleep that you need, and most of us know it when we don't, start thinking about sleep as soon as you get up in the morning. Start doing the things that support your sleep. One of which, and I mention this often, get outside, 20-minute walk in nature as early as possible. Get natural sunlight to the eyes, preferably early in the morning, preferably before 9 in the morning. It can be at sunrise, just before sunrise, just after sunrise. One, it'll help wake you up. You get that dose of nature. You enter a natural meditative state. So you actually, your brain waves have entered the alpha zone, meaning you're in that light state of meditation without having to sit and meditate. So if you press for time, wake up, do some invigorating breath work. I've detailed the breath of fire here before, a yogic breath that stimulates the metabolism, wakes you up, puts you very, very lightly into the fight or flight, but in a natural, easy way. Just enough. It's like a spiritual cup of coffee. And then get outside and do a 20-minute walk. You can come back and do a very easy sun salutation yoga routine. It will take you 5 minutes. And then breakfast. Definitely, if you have time, or even if you don't have time, give yourself 5 minutes. Do something creative. Write in a journal. Paint just a few paint strokes. Something that you work on every day. Sculpt. Do origami. Play a few strings on the guitar or on the piano or whatever. But be creative for a short period of time, as early as you can in the morning. But back to the sunlight. I know I mention this often, the importance of that early morning sunlight. So you've probably heard me. But if those who haven't, here's the importance again. Your body will, as soon as the sunlight hits the eyes, your body starts producing cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, which are the stress hormones. But they're produced in just the right amount naturally for what we need to help get through the day. It's not the type that's released or the amount that's released when we're put in a stressful situation. This is a naturally inducing, easy stress. Stress itself isn't bad for us. It's how we handle stress that matters. Most of us, we get into that fight or flight zone easily, and we soar up with it. And of course, in today's world, it's not often that we have to flee, and it's not often that we have to fight, fortunately. But we're left in a chemical stew, in a hormonal stew, with no place to go. And so we come home and we yell at our spouse or our kids or co-workers or people who work under us or the neighbor, or we get upset in traffic, all because all those hormones are happening and there's no way to get rid of them. It's the other important thing of breath work. Squirrel Sniper says the balance of physical sunshine and sleep is the key to cell rejuvenation. Exactly. Getting into that natural circadian rhythm that is disrupted nowadays. So you want to get that natural early morning light and that hormonal slight spike. Now here's the important thing for sleep. Those very same hormones that were produced in the morning will begin to die off through the course of the day. And in their raw material that's left, your body produces melatonin and serotonin, which are the two hormones that we need to go to sleep that night. That's the circadian rhythm. Hormones are built up during the day to keep us going. Those same hormones die off, and then your body uses them to produce the hormones it needs to go to sleep. Flower says, my right here has been hurting for the past 3 days. Don't know what it is, but it's the right side of my face. Sure has been hurting a little. Have you told your parents? Maybe you should go see a doctor. Oh, Squirrel Sniper says your tooth. Yeah, I could be your tooth. Tokyo is here. Yogi, how are you, my friend? Tokyo, I'm good. Hey, congratulations, man. And well earned. Tokyo's channel is expanding and growing, and it could not happen to a better person or a better channel. If you guys, you know what, even if you're not a gamer yourself, go check out Tokyo's channel and Smitty Deuces 187 because they show you what a gaming channel can be. It was an eye-opener for me, and I love visiting them. I love going in and saying hi and just chatting, and I keep them up and running. And in odd moments, you know, when I come up and I'm on my computer, I'll go check out the action that's going on, and it's pretty intense action. Tiki said smash the like and sharing, big bro. Hey, thanks, I appreciate that. I'm working on those watch hours. Actually, I'm working on the watch hours for me. I'm also, part of the reasons I keep you guys up, both you and Smitty, is to keep those watch hours up as well. Because as your subscribers expand, as you get bigger and bigger, it'll coincide with the watch hours, so you'll be able to monetize easily. Tokyo says, thanks so much for all your support, my friend. You're welcome. And again, it's really my honor to do so. Flower says, "What? My tooth? Yep. Um, man, teeth can affect everything. Immune system." So we might have a visitor. We might have Mocha drop by any minute. So yeah, go check out Tokyo. Go check out Smitty. Excuse me, guys. Flower says, "Hello, Tokyo. How are you?" James Gipe is here. James, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I saw you over at Masha's. Another channel for you guys to check out. James Gipe. Most especially, you want to make some new friends. You want to help other people out. James has been very good for me, very good for my channel. Most importantly, subscribers are nice. Connections mean everything. A subscriber that I never hear from, I guess that helps. It's better, I guess, than not having a subscriber, especially as you're trying to monetize. But a subscriber that comes here and has a conversation and says hi and does something nice, like Tokyo, that's what matters. That's the type of connection you guys want to make. Tokyo tells Flower that he's doing well, which Flower is happy to hear about because Flower is a wonderful person. Tokyo says, "You're great, Yogi. Thanks so much for the shout out. It's a well-deserved shout out." Flower says, "James, definitely. Anyways, have a good day and hello." James Gipe says, "Hopefully the vertical thing will help with your watch hours too." I don't know anything about vertical or horizontal, except one I do when I'm asleep, one I do when I'm awake. Someone actually months ago said, "Hey, I see that you've gone vertical," and I had no idea what they meant. Everything looks exactly as it did for me before. Toki says, "Yes, sir. We appreciate it very much, my friend." James says, "Yeah, thanks, bro, for always supporting me too." Man, it's my pleasure. You do so much for so many people so consistently. Amazes me the amount of energy that you put in, and you don't take anything personally. That's a great quality. Toki says, "James, what's up, buddy?" Flower says, "My teeth are fine. My ears just hurting for I don't know what." Let's see. James says, "You too, Flower." And yeah, Mayhem and Miracles, great lady. Yeah, she is. And actually, I met her. I made that connection on James's channel. Let's see. We got a visitor. We're going to do some traveling, some noble scrolling traveler type of activity.
Oh, you got kind of matching.
Of course.
Orange and orange anyway.
It's going to be better to sit here.
Look it up.
So, who is here that has not met Mocha?
I'll just stand. I'll just stand.
Flower says, "Yay, Mocha."
Hey, Flower.
James says, "Laughing out loud. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Some people nice, some people mean. Um, yeah, but some people go up and down. Some people get mean with the mean and whatever. But with you, even keeled for an hour straight. I'm not sure I like the light in here. Um,
Could turn on.
no, it's okay.
What do you have against lights?
Flower says, thought you were talking about Lewis. And anyway, yeah, yep, this is Mocha. I think most of you might have met her. Squirrel Sniper, have you met Squirrel Sniper?
I don't remember.
You would remember Squirrel Sniper. To think for ourselves, to make choices with the weight of a belief in death, to awaken and rely on the Oversoul when seemingly separated from Source. We are angels, and this is our school.
Can't see it either way.
Well said, Squirrel Sniper. This is why you would remember meeting Squirrel Sniper, because he has some amazing things to say. James says, you will definitely see her everywhere too. Yep, she popped in yesterday, last night on my live stream, and it was nice spending time with her. James Gepp says, okay, cool Squirrel. Squirrel Sniper is pretty cool. James Gepp says, hello, that your wifey? She used to be. She is now what she is.
That I am.
Yep.
I am what I am. Like Popeye said.
Flower wants to know how you are.
I am
James
tired,
says,
but I am okay.
Nice to see you, Mocha. Some of you might know Mocha is in school. American Sign Language, getting her associate's degree. Went back to school. What'd you say?
ASL.
Retired from the United States Air Force after 23 plus years. Had money left over on the GI Bill and wanted to take advantage of it and do something worthwhile, do something that would be helpful for other people.
And something I've been wanting to do since high school.
Yep. James says, nice to see you, Mocha. The reason why I have high quality subscribers is through connections received with the help of James Skype. He's actually been extremely helpful for me, as well as keeping me in the game when there was times when I felt like I might give up. Who am I to? I don't do anything fancy. I don't do any editing. I'm as Flower so kindly put it, old guy in his basement doing burpees who comes on live and talks about weird stuff twice a day.
He talks about weird stuff all the time.
I do talk about weird stuff all the time.
Only recorded twice a day.
However, I now feature nature videos.
So good at it.
Yeah, there's something positive. James says, nice to see you, Mocha. Squirrel Sniper says, ASL.
Mm-hmm.
James says, it's hard to be married anyway. Too much for most people. As long as y'all happy is what matters. I agree 100%. James says, you're just a good guy, bro. And all me, you're a good guy too. I appreciate hearing that. James says we're all weird. Not all admit it though. Yeah, there'd be no sense in me denying it for me. It leaks out in inopportune moments.
Being weird means you're interesting. Being normal or whatever normal is kind of boring. but there isn't really a normal overall. It's a subjective term. Normal, whatever is normal for you.
Sniper says it's not weird if the vibration resonates pure. I agree with that. Flower wants to know, why am I getting sleepy these times? I'm gonna go. Gotta get in my sleep. Sorry. Have a nice day, everyone. It's okay, Flower. I'd rather you, definitely enjoy you being here, but definitely want you to sleep too.
Definitely.
Uh, Flower says, or James says, haha, love it. And Sniper has a good point. Be worried if you're normal. Although,
You know what boring is in ASL?
no,
Like you're
picking your nose. Nothing boring about picking your nose, though.
Ah.
Who knows what kind of treasure you might find.
I think the implication is that people pick their noses when they're bored and distracted.
Not me, man.
You get it's a whole affair for you, Emily.
I am seldom bored. Sometimes distracted, not often though, but seldom ever bored. I enjoy. Someone can look at my life and say, "Man, that's a boring life." You wake up, you do breath work, you meditate, you do yoga, you write, you walk, you do burpees, you do more yoga, you meditate again, you talk on YouTube, and you go to bed. But for me, it's an extremely, everything I do is just fascinates me to no end. And Mocha can vouch that probably few people are as fascinated by themselves as I am fascinated by myself. I can amuse myself all day long.
It's kind of a Gen X thing. We're good at entertaining ourselves.
Kay says hey to Mocha. Kay had, was it lunch or dinner, Kay, at the Slutty Vegan? And
Oh, I'm going to Georgia next month for my little brother's 50th, and I am going to go there this time. I went for his wedding and I didn't make it over there, but his birthday's next month. I am going.
James says, I can't think of when I tried to be normal. I feel that. Yeah, I gave it up.
Why try?
I gave it up a long time ago.
It's not worth the effort to try to be normal.
Probably even in elementary school, I knew it was a lost cause. It wasn't going to happen to me. See, James agrees. A golden booger. If you don't look for it,
digging for gold. They used to say, "What are you doing, digging for gold?"
If you don't look for it, you won't find it.
Well, if gold's up there, go for it.
You never know.
I do know.
It could be like a booger fairy that is producing producing gold.
Is that why I can't breathe half the time?
Could be.
Sure.
Sniper wants to know, is there a sign for the phoenix?
I'm sure there is. I haven't learned that one yet.
She hasn't learned it. But your next class,
blue jay out there.
If you ask, maybe they can.
Oh, I can find it. I actually could probably find it before your next session tonight. So
awesome. James says just sounds relaxing. Kay says it was James says just sounds relaxing. Kay says it was lunch. And that it's not a dine-in place, but they usually have a food court next to them, so you can sit down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Which one did you go to?
I think in Georgia.
Well, yeah, but which one? There's more than one location, I should say.
So, as you can tell, I'm mainly off camera because two things. Just semi-rare appearance for Mocha. Two, hard for me to admit she's prettier than I am. So,
everybody's beautiful in their own way.
This is true. We got a young crowd here. I don't know if anyone actually knows that song.
Yeah, no, probably not.
So yeah, I figured you guys would appreciate looking at Mocha more than looking at me for a change. Kay was in Texas.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm not going there anytime soon.
I spent a day in Taylor, Texas. It was supposed to be a day. Well, I spent the day in Taylor, Texas, and I was flying back home that night, and my plane got diverted to Georgia, the Atlanta airport, and I had to spend the night in the airport.
Well, at least that's a decent airport.
It is.
It's a huge airport.
And they have art gallery.
They have all kinds of stuff in there. It's like its own little city by itself.
Yeah, that was, man, 25 years ago.
Yeah, I spent about 3-ish weeks in San Antonio, Texas in 1991. That was known as basic training at Lackland Air Force Base.
But I don't think that was Colorado. That you were.
Oh, that's for officers. There's a school for officers in Colorado.
So,
But
yeah,
I was enlisted.
mentioning once again, Mocha was in the Air Force for 23 plus years. A career in anyone's well, 23 years is a long time. 23 years is a long time to serve your country in a stressful situation, and the last decade, I guess, was pretty stressful. I mean, you consider 2001, we had 9/11. Everyone was on high alert and stayed that way all through.
Oh, I remember having to race to the school to pick up my kid who was elementary school age, and racing home, and I got home in time to see them talking about the second tower being struck. It was terrifying, especially because one hit the Pentagon, and that was not that far from here. So
Yep. So we're outside. She was at Fort Meade, and where we live is situated between Baltimore and Washington D.C., right in the middle, pretty much. A little closer to Baltimore.
definitely closer to Baltimore. DC's like 30 to 45 minutes, depending on where you're going, and if you're willing to drive there, which I don't recommend because the parking sucks so very much.
Kay, I don't remember if you're vegan or vegetarian. Both being good. Squirrel Sniper says, I've never been to either America or Canada. Always wanted to, loving my film studios and wanted to see Hollywood. Have we grow up and see really what reality unfolds.
Hollywood is not as glamorous as they make it out to be in some parts. The part that has the Walk of Fame with the stars, I've been told, is pretty nasty. Actually, it's look cool to see the stars, but it's just apparently it's very filthy out there. So I haven't been, but I have been to LA, and I actually like LA. There are obviously going to be a lot of fake people, but I don't care because there's a beautiful beach and there's lots of vegan restaurants, like crazy number of restaurants, and and it's nice weather, so I was good with it. I didn't have any, the traffic is legendary in its horribleness, but I was driving during times when people were at work, so I was never there for rush hour.
Our friend Noble is here. Noble, I just mentioned you. Anytime I move with the camera, I have to make a Noble Scrolling Traveler comment, and how I feel like I'm doing a noble type of live stream as I share the messiness of my house. Not that your house is messy, but mine certainly is. Noble wants to know if Mocha has a YouTube channel. She does not, but she should have one.
Nah, I don't see the point in having one because one, I don't typically talk as much as this one, and two, I would forget. Anytime he suggested a blog and all this stuff, and I actually did try at one point to start a blog, and then I forgot about it, and it's I don't know where it is now.
I've written in my blog every single day for about 26 years without missing a single day.
I get distracted too easily.
Okay, says hey to Noble. Our friend Odom is here.
Hey, Odom.
Says hello Mocha. Hey, just Yogi doing burpees in his basement. Odom, how are you? Squirrel Sniper says, in many ways, Mocha, I've been down the Rockefeller rabbit hole. Interesting.
I think the Rockefellers were originally from Ohio.
Were they?
I think.
Well, I thought
I
they
could
were
be
from
wrong.
Pennsylvania. I'm not sure.
Same difference, really. Especially back then, it would have been about the same. Just a bunch of farms.
So, Kay has, I don't know if I mentioned to you last time you were here, um, Kay has a um, great gardening channel, but also
Gardening.
also a fitness channel. Um,
Spring. All the plants I try to grow die. They die, or they're deformed.
Odom can help you with that. Kay can help you with that.
Really doesn't make sense because both my parents were very good at gardening. My mother still loves gardening, and she lives in Alaska, and that's where I went to my last 2 years of high school. And then my father, I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and my father, it looked like it was effortless for him. He would just look like he would throw stuff down, and he would grow these huge zucchinis and tomatoes, and we would eat them right off the vine. It was really good.
Um, as well as our friend Microfarmer can help you with that.
Oh, I grew those string bean things. I forgot what they were called. They have little splotches on them, but I grew those. Those were okay.
Are they supposed to have splotches?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a specific type of string bean, and I don't remember what it was. But yeah.
Microfarmer, almost watching a video of his today, almost had me buying a $1,000 chicken coop. I don't have chickens. I don't need a chicken coop.
You wouldn't be allowed here. Remember the neighbors who had chickens, and some asshole complained about it. But we liked seeing the chickens.
But he made such a good case for it. I thought, I do need a chicken coop.
Don't we all? I mean, no. I wouldn't mind having chickens. My mother had chickens in Alaska, and she just loved them. They have such personalities. They're quite entertaining to watch at the very least. But she gave that up. She broke her leg and had some other medical issues, so she just kind of gave that up because it was too much.
Odom says that he's good. Can't complain. How are you two today? Good. Hey, this is Thursday. Thursday means get it off your chest Thursday for Odom's channel.
That doesn't quite go. That doesn't flow.
Get it off your chest Thursday?
No, it doesn't flow.
Get it off your chest Wednesday?
No.
But check it out, actually.
Well, there was a lot of channels that your friends here, I keep forgetting to do because I'm so easily distracted. But I do mean to. I did subscribe to Flower's channel though.
Good. Everyone has so much to offer. It's actually amazing.
Quite diverse.
And I've been blessed with, diverse is the right word, I've been blessed with a diverse community that everything seems to merge. We got the fitness and the gardening all seem to be on the same page, which
so
is
all overall health.
Yeah.
Subjects.
And then of course I got great friends who are gamers.
That's surprising to me that you actually got into that, because that's just not something I would have seen you getting into. So y'all sold it real well if he got into it.
It speaks very highly to the gamers that I
really does.
Subscribe to and support, and I support them wholeheartedly. Love visiting the channels, sitting in and chatting for a bit, and I keep them up and running all the time. Speaking of which, anyone on here needs watch hours, let me know and I'll have you up and running. Always happy to give some watch hours.
I can try to help with that too.
Odom says gardening just takes little knowledge and patience.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I felt like I didn't have the patience for it. I need to learn patience, but it's like, you have to dig holes that are so deep or whatever. And I was just like, nah, let me just take a spoon and dig out a little bit and bury
A-
the seeds.
And then she'd dig it up like an hour later to check on it. So yeah, patience is key. You can't keep digging
No,
up the seed
I
and
don't
checking.
dig up seeds.
Squirrel Sniper wants to know if Kay Renee's garden, do you partake in electroculture? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. I don't know what that is, Squirrel. So I'd be interested in one, knowing what it is, and two, if Kay does.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Odom says, glad I don't live in a HOA because I'm doing what I want on my property.
True.
Man, I wish I didn't because one, I don't like them poisoning my grass and my trees and the birds and the
And
fish.
they decide to mow your little lawn. You have such a small lawn, and they feel the need to come through here with these huge mowers and go through this little patch of grass. It's ridiculous.
Twice a week,
Throwing out
at
all
least.
the smoke and the loud. It's just noise pollution, air pollution
And
for nothing.
mutilating trees for no apparent
Oh, yeah.
reason.
Ugh.
Right in my front yard, a tree that I've had forever. And they decide to,
Butcher it.
yeah, I'm surprised it survived.
Absolutely, just butchered the. It was like they just randomly decided to cut certain branches. It's not like it was had any branches that had any problems or like not any kind of blight or disease or anything. They just did it. Like they were just like eeny meeny miny mo and just cut whatever.
Hey, on a different subject, have you ever heard of a black Arkansas apple?
Nope.
Odom has them, grown them.
Hmm.
Also has a Fuji apple tree. And you
Ooh,
had one
ooh.
other. Yeah, Fuji's are the best. You had one other apple tree, right? Odom says, yes, great community. I agree. I definitely love the gardening community.
I would love to grow apples, pears.
He has pears as well. Um, and say the magic word for Odom. Do you remember what the magic word is?
Which one? Figs.
Yeah, that was it.
And bananas, I would love to grow bananas. I tried to grow some that were supposed to be, they were called like ice cream bananas, and they were like blue.
Somebody mentioned that.
But they didn't.
The other
They
day.
didn't. Again, that was something that just didn't grow. There's a small tree. I got them from fastgrowingtrees.com, and nope, it did not. It did not really. It grew a little bit, and then it said nope. So.
So,
Tomatoes. I've tried growing tomatoes too.
Tomatoes are supposed to be fairly easy, I think.
Yeah, of course. That's yeah. And for me, of course, maybe they just don't want to live because it's me.
Interesting. Squirrel Sniper says a method of um, applying electricity to plants to improve their growth and yield with copper. It's based on the idea that plants can absorb and use electrical energy to enhance their metabolic process.
Seemed logical.
It does. Arkansas Black Apple, delicious. I have Fuji, Granny Smith, Honeycrisp.
Yep. Ooh,
Honeycrisp is really good. I like Golden Delicious.
They're so expensive.
Red Delicious, not as much.
I like the ones that are delicious now because they seem to be always kind of mealy, and I can't stand
Right.
that. I like a nice crunchy apple.
Odom addressed that the other day. A couple of crab apples. We have some crab apples here.
Yeah, I grew up with a small crabapple tree in front of my house.
And the Odom's apple. I haven't heard of Odom's apple before. You?
Sure.
Speaking of communities, it's odd that I don't have any ties on YouTube with the yoga community. A few meditation.
That is odd.
Yeah, a few people.
Everything but
meditation.
Well, they're learning from you too. So. And a lot of the yoga teachers out there are basically just trying to use it for the limited fitness format rather than the real reason it was created in the first place. So Yeah, they wouldn't relate to you. Very few.
Odom says it's an apple tree growing from seed. Well, awesome.
That would be. I would love to be able to do that.
Reminds me of Luther Burbank, who almost all the potatoes that we eat nowadays were
Oh, I did try potatoes.
produce. Potatoes are a good crop to have for emergencies
I'd love
because
to
they
have
can.
potatoes and like the green onions, the spring onions.
I think if I could grow potatoes and rice, which I think you'd need to be in a very specific type of area to grow rice, um,
I
and
could figure it out though.
lentils, I'd be good to go because you could pick your greens in the wild. You could pick dandelion, which is actually probably better than the vast majority of greens that we get from the store.
Well, you want to grow them in your backyard or something because remember they do like to pollute, put pesticides and shit all over things here. So, and you can actually get dandelion seeds and clover seeds. So you could grow your own. Obviously, that would be fairly easy, and you can't eat the stuff out here
I was gonna grow crimson and clover
over and over.
over and over. um, Odom says going into its third season.
Nice.
Man, I'd be tempted to take a drive down to Tennessee and uh, do some apple picking for Odom. Pick
Where
an
in
apple.
Tennessee?
I'm trying to think the.
We virtually ran across Tennessee.
Yeah, we did. He does the zip code, and I'm trying to remember the zip code, but I can't offhand.
I have an old a friend of mine who's a former service member who lives there. He was from there and he went back once he retired.
Odom says you can grow potatoes in a container. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, they have like these special containers, and they even have them where it has like a little plastic window, and you can actually pull that down, and you can actually see if they're growing and how well they're growing.
And that dandelion tea is delicious.
Dandelion tea is very good.
It's also
Good cleanser.
yeah, good cleanser, good for the system. 37087 is the zip code.
37087.
Yep. Yeah, Luther Burbank was a agro-scientist who specialized in potatoes. He was also a great yogi. He was a disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda, and he used spiritual principles on his potato crops to get very, very interesting results. There's actually, you might have heard of the Burbank potato. No?
Mm-mm.
You've probably had a Burbank potato and didn't realize it.
Yeah,
Sounds much better than a Luther potato.
unless it's a Luther Vandross.
Then it would have a
It'd be a very soulful
potato.
But if I could grow like potatoes and the spring onions and yeah, I mean, you could just with those two alone be very, very flavorful type stuff.
I'm just thinking that if things went bad, if we had a societal collapse, not that I'm talking conspiracy theories or doomsday theories or anything, but just supposing, or even a temporary issue, that for me personally, growing potatoes, having a source for rice, growing lentils, I'm good to go. Both of them are extremely nutritious, nutritiously dense foods. Squirrel Sniper says every part of the dandelion is edible, even the roots. I knew the flower. I'm not sure if I knew about the roots before. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. People discovered how to use all parts of the dandelion for things because they had to.
Oh, and if I could have a way of raising oats, getting oats.
Yeah, that would. It's another thing. You can be very versatile. People think of it only as a sweet breakfast, but it can also be in savory dishes as well.
Um, but in Ireland, potatoes prevented. I know they had the Great Potato Famine, which brought a lot of uh, migration of Irish people. But before the famine and well after the famine, potatoes was such a staple crop that prevented a lot of starvation. It's a really good, very versatile food. You can do a lot with the potato.
Mhm.
So, um,
Well, you're part Hungarian. What about cabbage?
cabbage is okay.
Isn't it mandatory that you eat cabbage because of the Hungarian part?
That part of Europe, um, the national dish of Romania, as I learned, I think it was last night
Mhm.
with Goldie, um, is a cabbage wrap.
Yes, the
Personally,
cabbage roll. Yeah, that I used to love my one of my many stepmothers made not at the same time. I had they were one after the other. Made cabbage rolls and whew, I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't made them before, but oh, they were so good. Pretty simple too.
um, Odom says, yeah, the greens is more nutritionally dense than lettuce. When I was a kid, we would gather dandelions and make salads out of them, but now
Yeah.
they put so much crap
And you
on
just
the
never
lawns.
know when they're putting it out because they put signs in certain places, but it's not like they really mark it very well. And sometimes people pull up the signs, so not worth the risk. But you could like get a like one of those tray type planters, have it on your uh, balcony there, and put some dandelion seeds, and they'll
Yep.
just grow like weeds.
I should clarify that I have a deck. Balcony is for rich, fancy people.
Mm,
I'm a deck kind of a guy.
mm.
Uh, Squirrel Sniper says, did you know in history the Romans advanced into enemy terrain and spread salt on the fields? No, I
Oh,
didn't know that.
that's evil.
Yeah. Odom says he just planted a lot of cabbage, loves sauerkraut.
Ooh, I like sauerkraut. If it's, I mean, it's got to be sour sauerkraut. Though I don't. There's so much of it that's just bleh, just bland.
Extremely good for you.
I like sauerkraut.
Great source of fermented food. And they say that even just a tablespoon a day uh, is all you need to keep your um,
How do you get a tablespoon of sauerkraut? If it's cut
tablespoon.
properly, it.
Um, your biome in shape. Yep, biome. All you need is that little bit of sauerkraut. I actually
A
prefer
spoonful of sauerkraut makes the medicine go down
it is medicine
in
itself.
the most delightful way.
I'm more of a fan of red cabbage myself, which I believe is more nutritionally dense than
I,
regular cabbage.
I think it's got different. It's denser in certain nutrients. I mean, the colors. They talk about eat the rainbow with all the different colors of fruits for a reason.
Squirrel Sniper says turmeric is a hidden secret. Yep,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just bought some today actually. Um, have it every day.
You
Great.
can actually buy it just like you would buy ginger.
Hmm.
It looks very similar, but it's smaller, and obviously the cut parts show that it's orange.
Autumn says, yes, just planted some turmeric and ginger for the first time.
Love it.
Ginger extremely good for you as well.
I like
I
ginger.
have I drink ginger turmeric tea every night.
Oh, you could make your own then.
Squirrel Sniper says it's even in your name. Yes, it is.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you have to because your name's in it, which means I need to be drinking a lot of fake mocha drinks. The whole thing with mocha, the coffee mocha. The mocha drinks are not truly mocha. There was a coffee bean that had a natural chocolate undertone, and it was the mocha java bean. And of course, we over here in this country had to screw that up and make it basically coffee and put some chocolate syrup or whatever in it. That's not the same. Came from Yemen, I believe. Mocha
I always ask, is it turmeric
or turmeric.
or turmeric? And I get both.
Yeah, I think it's good either way. But
Is it ginger or is it
ginger,
ginger?
ginger.
So we'll probably wrap things up for today. Well, for this live session, I'll be back about 5-ish. I'm going to get in my second and last meditation for the day.
I will be in class, but I will cheat and get on here and at least give you the ASL for Phoenix.
Yep. Oh, so Odom, if before you go live, if you check in, Mocha will have the sign language or the sign for Phoenix. No, it wasn't Odom, was it? It was for Scroll Sniper. Scroll Sniper, I'll try to, if you're not here, I'll try to remember it when she does it. And, well, she'll teach you. I can have her teach it to me. I can remember one.
I'm sure it's relatively easy.
So, guys, appreciate it. Appreciate you all being here. And we'll be back. I'll be back later this evening. So, take care.
Bye-bye.